Valley's leading news program with Deuces Rogers, meteorologist Cecily Tynan, and Brian Taff.
Good evening. It's Friday night. A security guard at the Delaware Mall was attacked by a shopper police say was trying to get away with merchandise, and a 14-year-old girl is killed in a hit and run in West Philadelphia. What we've learned about the victim and what police want you to know tonight about the driver. But the big story on Action News tonight is the aftermath of an historic hurricane and the effort underway by so many here to offer help where it's so desperately needed. What was Hurricane Helene is now a tropical depression tonight, weakening as it makes its way north. But just as quickly as it's now losing strength, Helene intensified last night into the strongest hurricane ever to hit that part of Florida's Big Bend. We now know at least 43 people were killed. Millions are still without power tonight, and the damage wreaked by the wind and the storm surge only beginning clear right now. Tonight, volunteers from across the tri-state are on the ground in Florida, providing assistance to a region that will need so much of it for so many weeks yet to come. We've got live team coverage here tonight. Action News reporter Brianna Gallagher spoke to some of those volunteers today. But let's begin now with meteorologist Cecily Tynan live in the Weather Center. Cecily, what's the status of this storm right now?
And Brian, Helene is now post-tropical. It's weakened to a remnant low, but it's still producing very dangerous weather. It's just shifted. Last night it was about the wind and the storm surge. Now it's all about the flooding rain. Satellite and radar showing the center of that low pressure is over Kentucky. It's bringing the heaviest rain now to the Ohio Valley. However, last night and earlier today, more than 30 inches of rain fell in the mountains of North Carolina and Virginia. So flash flood warnings there, catastrophic flooding. To show you what this means, the flood waters are up to the rooftop of buildings. A lot of people had to actually break through the roof to get to the top of the roof to get rescued. Water rescues are going on right now. We're talking about historic flooding. And this is what happens when you get a Category 4 hurricane moving onshore and moving inland very quickly. And if you look at over the past 8 years, we've now had 7 storms of at least a Cat 4 make landfall across the Gulf Coast. So they are becoming more numerous, and that's because the Gulf is becoming a lot warmer, and that provides the energy for these storms. Now locally, Storm Tracker 6 live double scan showing that we do have a band of some rain that's pushing now across the Lehigh Valley, Mercer County, but there's more on the way, and these are the outer rain bands from Helene. So Future Tracker showing as we head around midnight tonight, we do have some pockets of some heavy rain, especially parts of South Jersey and Delaware. Tomorrow around lunchtime, you can leave the sunglasses at home. More showers on the way. I'll talk about when the rain finally moves out and we see the sunshine again coming up. The full AccuWeather 70 forecast, Brian.
And we will welcome that when we get it.
Absolutely.
Cecily, thank you. As Cecily just mentioned, the far-reaching effects of this system are so historic in nature. This is video from Atlanta, Georgia, more than 300 miles away from where Helene made landfall. The streets there so flooded, people took to kayaks and canoes to get around today. It is that flooding from Florida to North Carolina causing so much of the damage and disrupting travel up and down the East Coast. Action News reporter Brianna Gallagher joining us live at Philadelphia International tonight. Brianna, you spoke to people today directly and indirectly involved and affected by this.
Yeah, absolutely, Brian. And as you mentioned, there are nearly 1,000 flights that have been canceled nationwide today, and crews down south are continuing their rescue efforts to rescue those who have been trapped. And for those that did evacuate, now it's a waiting game to see exactly what they will return home to.
You just hear this loud rumble for about 10-15 seconds, and then you just looked out front and you see the roof just coming off.
Helene hit land late Thursday night as a Category 4 hurricane, one of the strongest hurricanes on record in the Big Bend. Some folks, like Pamela Miles, evacuated.
I wasn't worried until 10 o'clock last night, and apparently that's when the fast tide came in and just changed everything.
Miles grew up in Ocean City but lives part-time in Florida. She left her home in Indian Rocks Beach and drove 40 minutes to wait out the storm at her son's house in St. Petersburg.
Put everything up, put the trash cans in the back, closed all the blinds, put all the artwork and the things that I feel are valuable up on chairs or elevated things.
Volunteers from our region and across the country traveled to Florida ahead of the storm to help. Now they're sending meals to 2,200 families as well as supplies.
We give out a cleaning kit. We give out rakes and shovels, gloves, trash bags, water, snacks, and meals ready to eat, like meals. That's part of what we give out. So we'll be all over the state by tomorrow.
Helene has weakened to a tropical storm, but intense rainfall and threats of flash flooding still looms in Georgia and the Carolinas. Residents in Atlanta had to be rescued after a flash flood emergency.
We went downstairs to check on everyone, and then we started getting floated away, and the boat came right in time to save us.
I didn't really realize that it would be this terrible where we are, because it never has been. But I think I did the best I could with what time was allotted.
Now, we checked in with Pam not long ago. She says all of the local bridges where she's at, they remain closed, so she was unable to get back to her home to check in on it at this time. And yes, if you are heading to the Philadelphia International Airport to travel down south, just make sure that you are checking the status of your flight to make sure it's not canceled or delayed before you head here to the airport. We're now live outside of Philadelphia International Airport. Brianna Gallagher, Channel 6 Action News. Brian.
Yeah, well, our thoughts with everybody affected by this incredible storm. Brianna, thank you. Download the 6ABC app to keep up with the latest headlines from Helene. You can also track the wet weather moving through our region to start the weekend. Other news here tonight. Shots were fired inside a SEPTA subway station today, leaving one man critically injured. It happened on the 5600 block of North Broad Street in the Philadelphia's Logan section just before 11 o'clock this morning. Police say the 44-year-old victim was able to run into a bar next to that subway and ask for help. Officials say one person is in custody tonight, but as of right now, no charges have yet been filed. A Delaware County neighborhood is on alert right now after a deadly shooting in their community. The victim was shot and killed overnight at the Collingdale Park near Jackson and Hibbard Avenues. The DA's office says investigators are still working right now to figure out what led up to that shooting. Police say a person of interest is in custody, but at this point, no charges have yet been filed. Well, police are fanning out across the city and beyond tonight to find the driver they say fatally struck a 14-year-old girl last night and then kept on driving. It happened just before 10 p.m. in the 6500 block of Haverford Avenue as the teenager was walking with her mother. All of it recorded on surveillance camera. Action News reporter Charles Watson live at that scene tonight. Charles, what do we know? What are police telling you about the car they're trying to find?
Well, Brian, we know the driver was operating a dark-colored vehicle. Police say they believe it could possibly be a Mercedes of some kind, but based off of the security video we've seen of the hit and run, it is really hard to make out because of how quickly that vehicle was moving.
You had no value for her life? You didn't care about your family's life because they are affected by this.
Neighbors who live near the intersection of 66 and Haverford Avenue say they're stunned after a child was killed at this intersection Thursday night.
That's one of ours that got killed, and it's sad.
Police identified the victim as 14-year-old Dawn Watson. She's seen in this security video obtained by Action News crossing Haverford Avenue with her mother around 9:30. Moments later, the two began to run as a car heading east comes speeding through the intersection, striking Watson so hard that she's launched down the street. The 14-year-old was pronounced dead on the scene. A neighbor who asked to remain anonymous says she heard the crash and witnessed the heartbreaking aftermath.
It was a woman in the street, and she said, "My baby," and she started running. I was trying to call 911.
Police say the driver was operating a dark-colored vehicle, possibly a Mercedes. Additionally, we've learned the victim was a new student at Lewis C. Cassidy School. The district says the news was a gut punch.
It was a tough day for everybody.
Cassidy is one of 3 schools in the area serving hundreds of kids, many of whom cross at this intersection where there's a crossing guard. Despite that, neighbors say they still see reckless driving.
This is a very dangerous crossing. They almost run her over on the sidewalk.
Meantime, other neighbors like Sharon Jones are calling on the driver to step up and do the right thing.
You can't just kill somebody and leave them on the street like that.
Yeah, and throughout the day, folks who knew the victim or simply heard about the fatal crash have come out to lay flowers and balloons to honor the victim's life. Officials with the school district tell us the victim had just recently moved to the neighborhood. The district and so many others sending their heartfelt condolences to the victim's family. Meantime, police are still searching for the driver who fled from the scene. If you have any information about this case, police would like to hear from you. For now, we're live in West Philadelphia. Charles Watson, Channel 6. Action News, Brian.
Yeah, compounding this tragedy is the fact that the family, as you mentioned, had just moved here. Charles, thank you. Delaware State Police released images of a woman who allegedly attacked a security guard at the mall in Wilmington. Officials say the suspect grabbed several items from the Macy's and the Concord Mall, then tried to leave without paying for any of it. She then attacked a loss prevention officer who tried to stop her from leaving. Investigators say the suspect kicked that officer, threatened him with a gun, and then fled. If you know anything about what happened here, you're asked to contact police tonight. Meanwhile, business owners and law enforcement officials in Delaware County took part in a training focused on combating retail crime. The DAs of both Delaware and Chester counties were on hand for this event at the Delaware County Community College and Media. Authorities say those kind of crimes have been on the rise in recent months. Well, they held a ribbon cutting in North Philadelphia today to celebrate the construction of 73 new homes. The new housing is part of the transformation of the former Norman Bloomberg apartment site. The new complex is made up of single-family housing and condominium units. Residents of Walnut Street in Wilmington joined together today to spruce up their neighborhood. The Delaware Center for Horticulture gave each resident a brand new planter featuring a mix of fall flowers and some spring bulbs as well. The initiative is called Adorn Your Doorways. The goal, of course, is to beautify this street and enhance civic pride. Still ahead here on Action News tonight, Amazon is helping to bring smiles and critical tools to kids in the city. And the Eagles getting set to head to Tampa to face the Bucs. They'll have to do it, though, without some key players. Details on that coming up in sports. All that and much more when Action News continues right here on a Friday night. Well, a reminder for drivers this weekend that the eastbound lanes of the Schuylkill Expressway will be shut down in Grays Ferry. Those lanes will be closed from the University City exit through the 34th Street exit beginning at 9 tonight. And they'll stay closed until 4 o'clock Monday morning. Now, this planned closure is meant to allow PennDOT to make repairs to the bridge deck and driving surfaces. These same closures are scheduled to happen for each of the next 2 weekends. Well, the good news is that childhood cancers are increasingly rare, with a still staggering 10,000 new cases each year. And though death rates have dropped 70% in the past 50 years, the bad news is that it's still the leading cause of death from disease. Well, now there's a new nationwide effort underway to change those numbers, and Gray Hall introduces us to one of too many teens who stand to benefit.
And it showed up as Lyme disease.
But that's not what made Lily Chung so sick 5 years ago. Later blood tests and a bone marrow biopsy showed stage 4 neuroblastoma, cancer of nerve tissue, usually on the adrenal glands and along the spine.
They told me that I had so much cancer in my bones that I shouldn't be walking.
None of the treatments so far, chemotherapy, immunotherapy, a vaccine trial, and CAR T-cell have kept the neuroblastoma away for long. Lily now gets platelets on a regular basis to boost her blood count and has a higher dose CAR T-cell therapy on the horizon. Through a grant from Hyundai Hope on Wheels, Dr. Timothy Spear at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia is working on a way to boost the power of CAR T cells.
Find those tumors better or last longer so that they can clean up microscopic disease after we think the patients are in remission.
Over 26 years, the $250 million donated by Hope on Wheels has helped advance pediatric cancer research.
Now nearly 9 out of 10 children that have that terrible diagnosis have the hope for a cure. We will not stop till it's 10 out of 10.
Despite relapses, Lily is a key part of Archbishop Carroll's state champion lacrosse team.
I love lacrosse. Lacrosse is my life, and it's my whole social life, too. It just keeps my mental health well.
She's also actively involved in her treatment.
Lily's at the age where we let her dictate a lot of the decisions, be part of the decision-making process.
Although a college lacrosse scholarship is an immediate goal, Lily is looking down the road, too.
I would love to be a doctor when I'm older and just help give back.
Gray Hall, Channel 6, Action News.
Well, Amazon made a big, significant donation today to support kids in Philadelphia. The company fulfilled a wish list from the Christian Street YMCA. Kids will now be able to enjoy new equipment like iPads, basketballs, that slide you saw. Amazon says this was all part of their effort to give back to the community. This equipment donation will benefit thousands of kids across the Philadelphia region. Gabriella Galati along for Deuces Rogers here tonight as we get ever closer to kickoff.
big man doing some big stuff, Brian.
As he tends to do. You got it. Gabriella, thank you. Cecily Tynan standing by with the AccuWeather forecast and the weekend call when we come right back. Meteorologist Cecily Tynan live in that weather center there tonight. Cecily, this gloomy stretch continues into the weekend.
Yes, and into next week as well. So I've been saying we need the rain, and we are getting some rain. Not a lot, but we're holding the clouds. We're holding the drizzle. And typically, I wouldn't say this is a nice beach day. High surf and rip currents, but live on Sky 6, Cape May, surfers love this kind of weather. Surf is up at the Jersey Shore, but if you don't have one of those thick wetsuits, you definitely really don't want to go out in the water. So looking ahead, we've now had 5 straight cloudy days. More on the way. Tomorrow, drizzle with some light showers. Sunday, not quite as active, but still allowing for a spotty shower. The next sunny day will be Thursday, 6 days from now. So this is really a long stretch of dreary weather. Storm Tracker 6 Live double scan showing that right now we're kind of in between the bands of showers. We had one band of pretty potent showers working through our area. It's now lifting out of the Lehigh Valley. Easton, you're getting some of the activity. It's also pushed north of Trenton right now, moving through parts of Ocean County. There are some more bands on the way. This is all the outer rain bands from Helene. Temperature-wise, our high today actually happened before dawn of 74 degrees. We've now dropped to 69 in the city, Allentown 66, Millville 69, and Dover 70 degrees. Satellite and radar showing plenty of cloud cover. And if you look to the south, you can see this batch of heavier rain that's moving north of Norfolk. Looks like that could be affecting parts of Delaware, South Jersey. Later on tonight by 11 o'clock, that band kind of moving across the mouth of the Delaware Bay. Tomorrow, not quite as active, but we get the spotty showers, the drizzle, 8 o'clock in the morning, and even as we head into the afternoon, we've got a little bit of activity. Not expecting any heavy rain, but we're socked in with the clouds and the drizzle. Now, as far as temperatures, really depends on where you are. Philadelphia 73, Allentown, you're likely stuck in the 60s. Area to the south, Millville and Smyrna, there could be just enough brightening of the skies that temperatures manage to make it up into the low 80s, and it is going to be on the humid side. So the exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast tomorrow. It's cloudy, it's humid with periods of light showers and drizzle, kind of that misting going on. 73 degrees on Sunday, plenty of clouds. Our high slips to 70 degrees and there could be an isolated shower, but it looks like it's probably more active tomorrow than on Sunday. Monday, we keep the clouds mostly cloudy with a high of 72 degrees. Now, Tuesday is when the remnant low from what used to be Hurricane Helene will be moving across our area, and that will bring us periods of rain with a potential for some heavy rain at times, and we do desperately need the rain, so this is actually a good thing. That afternoon high, 68 degrees. Wednesday, transition day. Morning shower possible, then clouds giving way to sunshine, 72 degrees. Thursday, nicest day of the week. The sunshine is back with a high of 73. And Friday, actually Friday's a little nicer than Thursday, 77 degrees with mostly sunny skies. So we keep the clouds, we keep the showers right into next week. 6 days from now, though, we'll see the sunshine. We'll be ready for it by then.
We certainly will be. Yes. Bring it on. Cecily, thank you. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir next on Channel 6. Action News continues next at 6:30, wherever you stream 6 ABC, and 10 o'clock on PHL 17. And come on back. Join Rick Williams, Cecily Tynan, and Deuces Rogers for Action News at 11 here on Channel 6. For the entire Action News team, I'm Brian Taff. Have a great night and a good weekend. We'll see you next week.
Action News is sponsored by Thomas Jefferson University. Over the past 200 years, we've created a legacy of excellence in professions-focused higher education. Learn more at an open house. Register at jefferson.edu/fall open house. Jefferson, redefine possible.